Let's start with a game between two teams that maybe would have decided the Big Ten. If you looked at these games, I don't know, the first week of the season, you would have said, oh, Indiana, the team on the rise against Penn State, the favorite to win the Big Ten. But now, not the case. Penn State is now 14.5-point home dogs to Indiana. But we've seen this from Indiana, Jenks, that they're not afraid to put their foot on the gas pedal, especially in these situations where they feel like they have been slighted. So I can understand if you want to make a case for Indiana, but is Penn State really this bad? Like, they still have some talent on their roster, do they not?
They do. I would actually lean Penn State in this game. So Iowa has an injury or two, particularly on the offensive line. This game is in Happy Valley. And also, if you look at last week's game against Ohio State, Penn State showed a little fight. They were in it in the first half. They were down 3 before Ohio State pulled away in the second half of that game. But I think because it's an early game, because it's a home game, and because Penn State can have some success on the ground. Now, that Indiana defense is really, really good. I would lean Penn State here. There's also the possibility that Cignetti just runs it up and wants to pad Fernando Mendoza's Heisman stats. So that's a real thing. Cignetti, one thing I love about him and one thing that makes him great is that he just instills confidence in his guys with just how he speaks, how he carries himself. And when you have that history that the Hoosiers have, you sort of need that. But this does seem like a big number. I would go with Penn State.
I think this is a tough one because you look at these spots where Indiana's been big favorites and they've covered for the most part. One of the few instances against like Michigan State, I believe, it was a 26.5-point spread, which obviously is a little different. They went 38-13 comfortably. But this is a wide margin for a Penn State team that is not lacking in talent. I think a lot of it will be, how much pride are they playing for? And like you said, there was little flashes of it against Ohio State, who is a very good team as well. If you believe in the transitive property, though, you would look at that game, you'd say, okay, well, they lost to them 38-14. So it's probably going to be more of the same in this game if you believe Indiana is just as good, if not better. But some of it really depends on matchups. But I think Indiana is great on both sides of the ball. So we'll see if the line is the differentiating factor. Denton, I know you like this game. What's your take here?
Indiana to the moon.
Oh, wow.
This number cannot get large enough for me to not bet it. For reasons that you kind of alluded to, Jenks, less about stat padding with Fernando Mendoza and more about showcasing to the college football playoff, hey, we are this much better than Ohio State. Okay. So if Ohio State beat them 38-14, Kurt Cignetti, who is a madman, I mean, the guy is a freak in all the best ways, but he is a freak. He is on a war path to prove that they should be the number one team in the country. And because Ohio State just played them, I do think there's going to be an added element where they try and kick the teeth in of Penn State. On top of that, they're really good on defense. They're not quite getting the love that Ohio State is, and for understandable reasons because Ohio State is the best defensive team in the country, but it's not like Indiana's bad. I mean, they stifled a good Oregon team. I think they're going to stifle Penn State as well, so I like this number big time for Indiana.
I do agree with that. I think if they can run up the score, they definitely will, because we've seen that all this season with Kurt Cignetti, is that he knows style points matter for a team like Indiana. So I get it. I totally get it, Kurt Cignetti.